Hey guys, and how are you all doing? My name is John, and today is an interesting video because all my life I've been using iPhones. My first phone, and well, my first iPhone was the iPhone 3GS. Then I moved on to the iPhone 5S, then I moved on to the iPhone 6, then the 7, then the 10, then the 10s Max. And now, well, it seems like it's coming to an end. Like, this relationship that I've had with iPhones might be coming to an end. Now, any kind of sane person would actually go out and ask me, why less than a year after the iPhone XS Max has been released, I go out and buy the Galaxy Note 9? And well, let me explain. If you go back on my channel and see some other Samsung Galaxy phone reviews, like the Galaxy S9 review, I have said that if I was to ever change to Android phones, the Samsung Galaxy line would be the Android phone to get. And well, the iPhone has started to be boring, and when I say boring, I mean genuinely, it has been the same design since iPhone 6, and let alone the iOS experience has been the same for pretty much forever, with the only major redesign being on iOS 7, and well, kind of a redesign on iOS 8, but pretty much icons, animations, all things like that, even customizability has been the same for so many years. Now, I like tech and I really like change. I like to spice things up, change things around and find new interesting pieces of tech. And well, I thought it was pretty much the time for a big change on my personal device. The reason I went with the Galaxy Note 9 was pretty much the fact that it ticked all the boxes in terms of a new powerful device. It had big battery life, it had great screen, big screen, great power, all things like that, and also bells and whistles like the S Pen, which I'm gonna be developing throughout this video. So pretty much it seemed like the logical choice to go. Now, the switch itself is fairly easy. Samsung has made it very easy with the OB2 adapter, which you get on the box, which converts Type-C to normal USB, so you can connect it with your old phone, and then through Smart Switch you can pretty much have all things like your contacts, photos, and things like that synced across to the new device. Now, the next thing I had to overcome is say goodbye to iOS, and that's things like applications, the UI, and stuff like that. As for the app side, well, we're pretty much at a point where every app that I use on my iPhone is also available for Android, so that's a no-brainer. Now, the only thing that I will miss is actually the ecosystem, because I no longer have things like continuity, a universal clipboard across my Apple devices, iMessage, AirDrop, stuff like that, because hey, don't forget, I still use both a MacBook Pro as well as an iPad Pro. I mean, it's right over there having the script for the video. I'm not ditching Apple entirely, just the iPhone. Design-wise, I'm more leaning towards the Note 9 side, not only because it's something different for the first time in a couple of years for my use case, but also because I'm a real big fan of the industrial boxy look with hard corners, and also the flat glass back with no camera bump, which is really nice and seamless. Now, flipping the phones in front, we see the screens, which are in both cases very good. However, for my eyes, the Galaxy Note 9 takes the win here because Samsung just makes the best displays ever on phones. Period. I mean, these AMOLED that Samsung puts in the phones are real nice, and the fact that they might oversaturate the colors in some cases, it's something that I am a fan of. But don't forget that the iPhone's OLED screen is actually made by Samsung, so it makes sense not to put the best display Samsung makes on a rival phone. As for biometrics, I'm a real big fan of the options that Samsung provides. The Galaxy Note 9 has a good old fingerprint sensor that you know will work no matter the environment that you are into, and also has a intelligence scanner which combines facial recognition that's not real advanced like the iPhone's Face ID, and also iris scanning, which is pretty damn secure for an overall fast and reliable unlocking biometrics method. Compare that to the iPhone, which has Face ID and only, and you do seem to be a bit more limited to your options. Now, on the Galaxy Note 9, there are things like the S Pen that makes the Note line the Note. However, I can't really judge it yet because I haven't used the phone in the long run to see how much I will use it. However, as for the time being, I find myself jotting down notes and stuff like that all the time, and just generally playing around with the Note's S Pen just like it's a nice little toy. Alright, enough about bashing on the iPhone and comparing it against the Note 9's better features. The iPhone is still a really good device, and don't get me wrong, it's a great phone. iOS is just seamless and in some cases better than Android no matter what you will do to it. On top of that, there's like third-party camera support which is better on iOS, and also the overall phone's design and functionality feels cleaner compared to the Notes. Also, what the hell is going on with Samsung and Android, and why is 20GB of my 128GB base internal storage, which is expandable by micro SD card, has to be taken up by the Android OS. I mean, that's just absurd. Now, speaking of Android, it's actually another thing that only time will show if it's a good decision to switch over iOS or a bad one. I am a bit skeptical about viruses and stuff like that can get on my phone easier because I have more control over what I can download on the phone and yada yada yada. However, having more control of my phone is something that I'm into, and I would want to see how it will be in the long run. Lastly, there are little things like an always on display, like a headphones jack, like an estimated time until your phone is fully charged when you plug it in to charge it, either via a wireless charger or via a Type-C cable, which I really like and are great to have. So let's reach a final verdict here. Is it a good decision or a bad one? Well, unfortunately, I can't really say. Only time will show if I've taken the right decision. But to touch wood, overall, I'd say that so far so good. I'm very satisfied with my decision. By the way, guys, that's what I'm going to make in this video. If you like it, a like rating would be appreciated, and also you might want to consider subscribing because I upload weekly tech videos. By the way, guys, my name has been John, and I'll see you again in the next video. Goodbye.